All right, Nick, the board is yours.
The right answer, Wilds won't like it, and he is the scorekeeper, but it's the right answer, is Nick Sirianni. Jalen Hurts has an excuse if they lose. We've seen the play. He is hurt. I do not care how they list him on the injury report. I watched how he got bit back. I watched him try to move. We also saw that after that play, the head coach was playing a game with the devil on his shoulders. Like, I dare you to drop him back in the end zone. It's like, you think I won't? I'll do it. Watch Saquon run for 90 yards. All right, we need 1 first down to ice the game. I bet you won't do a play action boot. Like, oh, you bet I won't? Watch me. And they almost lose the game. Had they lost that game, blowing a 13-point lead in the final couple minutes, I truly believe he could have been fired. It would have been that catastrophic of a defeat and self-inflicted. I do not think there's any circumstances under which he would get fired after this. But I do think that Philadelphia, if they lose a home playoff game as a touchdown favorite to a rookie, they're going to come for somebody in the local media and the local fans. The quarterback has an excuse. The coach does not. It's Nick Sirianni.
It's Jalen Hurts. This is Philadelphia. They don't do excuses. They booed Santa Claus. Who else? You're not going to blame Saquon. You can't blame the receivers, the offensive line, the defense. Everything else is top flight except the quarterback. This is the team that got rid of Carson Wentz after giving him the huge contract and seeing him play at an MVP level.
I mean, it's a bold.
You don't think they might? Who knows what could happen with Jalen Hurts if he doesn't play well and they don't win this game. So Jalen Hurts must win.
It's A.J. Brown. It's absolutely A.J. Brown. So last year they had the supernatural funk. They limp into the playoffs. They get beat up in the playoffs, and so then we go into this year. The vibes are incredible. Saquon Barkley has totally changed everything about that team. And then we got to take out a book and we got to show the whole world that I'm unhappy about this. Now, the network did a nice job having a feel-good story about how he has the book and tried to clean it up, but it's obvious what it was. So with a team that everything is going so well, and now you've got the NFC Championship game at your home stadium against a team that you should beat, you're going to take the chance to ruin the vibes that are great, and it doesn't have to be that way. It never had to be that way, but you had to make it about you when it shouldn't be about you.
I got
Okay.
to be honest.
2 to 1 to 0. It's
Coaches
Moneyball.
on.
This is worth 2.5.
Coaches.
Okay. Let's talk about this. A lot of interesting answers here. And, Okay. The answer is obviously Saquon Barkley. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay, listen. Jalen Hurts and Sirianni are clearly under the most amount of pressure. But first off, I don't know what Nick is talking about. Sirianni doesn't call the plays, so I don't know what he's talking about with Sirianni having like the devil on it, on his shoulder. Like that just doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. But Sirianni now, for the last like 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever, however long, I definitely ended up being a majority of the season. The whole hot seat has cooled off. I mean, like they were talking like every single week. Is Sirianni off the hot seat? Is he back on this, that? Like, I mean, like had to shave his head, yelling at fans, like all this type of stuff. Him getting in a fight with Jalen Carter, having to be separated by a coach, like all that type of nonsense that kept kind of, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that has really kind of vanished. And even A.J. Brown's complaints and all the kind of drama with A.J. Brown, this wasn't like Terrell Owens being detrimental to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he's like, lifting weights and stuff like on his driveway or whatever the heck it was. That's not what this was. Like all the focus went to Jalen Hurts. More people defended A.J. Brown and questioned Jalen Hurts. So, and again, this is where Nick then makes no sense, that Jalen Hurts has an excuse because he's injured, so it's all in Sirianni. But then wouldn't Sirianni have an excuse if his quarterback is injured? Do you expect Nick Sirianni to be able to like put on a helmet and call hike? Like, I don't understand. Like that doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense. Like what? Huh? Now, if the Philadelphia Eagles, if Jalen Hurts starts forcing the ball to A.J. Brown, and now there's interceptions, and people are like, man, that was not the decision that Jalen Hurts had been making. He'd been trying to force the ball to A.J. Yeah, then A.J. will get a lot of heat for putting that pressure on Jalen Hurts, for being a disruptive, presence in that regard. But outside of some of those specific scenarios, if they simply lose, I do think Jalen Hurts will be defended to a degree because of his knee. And they'll almost maybe even use that as the overall reason why Jalen Hurts was not 100%. He clearly couldn't do what he needed to do, etc., etc. But I still think that will snowball and splinter out into Jalen Hurts is not a good enough quarterback. And this is what I really, really, really respect about the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, is that they don't play games like that. They're not living in the past. Someone in the comment section to me, I made a Dallas Cowboys video, and I said, the Cowboys, they live so much in the past. They all, I'm like, you haven't been to an NFC Championship game in 30 years, and they're always like, well, we won Super Bowls, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. That was literally 30 years ago. And someone in the comment section was like, oh yeah, if the Philadelphia Eagles had that many Super Bowls, they would be saying it all the time. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't, because only the Dallas Cowboys do that. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't do that. Baltimore Ravens, 49ers, like none of these other teams do that. The Packers are like, well, we won 3. Well, we won 4. It's only the Dallas Cowboys that like live in the past like that. Only the Dallas Cowboys. And the Philadelphia Eagles especially don't. Because you see the Cowboys defend Dak season after season after season after season. That's not the Philadelphia Eagles. They will defend their guy. They will go all out. But the moment he shows them that he's not good enough, they're like, okay, give me something new. That's who the Philadelphia Eagles are. That's what that fan base is. They demand. And this is what Lane Johnson has said. This is what Jason Kelce has said. That the fan base just expects you to just give it your all and show up and perform. Because this is a city, this is a fan base where they show up, they perform, they put in the work. Nothing's easy, nothing's given to them. This is a very hard-working, blue-collar-esque, every man and woman type of city here. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't the glitz and the glamour. Like, this is a real fan base that's very passion connected to their team. So yeah, better believe if Jalen Hurts goes out there and does not look good, and he looks like what like Dak Prescott looked like against in multiple playoff games, the Philadelphia Eagles fans won't be shy about it. Same thing with the media. Like they will go after Jalen Hurts, because you're right, they're not going to blame AJ, they're not going to blame Devontae, they're not going to blame Lane Johnson and Cam Jurgens. Like, they're not going to do that. Do you know who was the problem? Mailata, Jalen Carter, not Vic Fangio. Not Kellen Moore. The heat would fall on Sirianni because he is the head coach, just comes with the territory, and Jalen Hurts because he is the quarterback. So yeah, winning this game, especially if Jaden Daniels just looks better. If Jaden Daniels looks special and Jalen Hurts doesn't. If you're watching this game and you're thinking, oh, this team would be so much better if we had Jaden Daniels instead of Jalen Hurts. Oh, why can't Jalen Hurts do that type of play? If Philadelphia Eagles fans are watching the game and that's what they see before them, yeah, that's where the blame's going to go. That's where the concerns are going to go. Because the Philadelphia Eagles are home. They are favored. And I don't know if it should be by 6, because I think teams keep on, the Vegas or whoever keeps undervaluing who the Commanders are. Because they beat the Bucs on the road. They beat the Detroit Lions on the road. So Vegas was wrong multiple times. So this whole idea of, they were favored by 6, so they better. Well, Vegas was wrong multiple times. Multiple times. So it's not hard to imagine that they would be wrong for the 3rd time here. So this Commanders team is definitely better than I think people are giving them credit for. And Jaden Daniels truly is special from my viewpoint. With all that said, the Eagles should still win. They are in the driver's seat here. They have the better team, the better roster, the more experienced quarterback. They have the elite weapons that are in their prime. Their tight end is Zach Ertz, who the Philadelphia Eagles fans are obviously very familiar with. The dude's like 35 now. He was in his prime when they won their Super Bowl back in 2017. Like, the Commanders have De'Ami Brown, Zach Ertz, Eckler, and Terry McLaurin. The Eagles have A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. So it's like, yes, this game should be a game that the Eagles win. I don't want to say easily, because nothing's really easy in the playoffs. It seems like these days nothing's easy just in the NFL as a whole. But this should be a game where you feel like, yep. If you're a fan, you're like, yep, we're clearly the better team. The hope is now just to get out of this game with no injuries. It should be a lot of like smiling on the sideline where it's just like, you know what? People are, Tom Brady saying, man, the Commanders, they've had such a wonderful season. Heck, man, this is just the way how it goes sometimes in the NFL. They should be keeping their head up high. This has just been a great season, best rookie year ever for Jalen Daniel, pretty much just doing the whole obituary of the team. Midway through the third quarter going into the fourth. Because the score is like 31-7. Very similar almost kind of to like the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills game. Kind of like a similar feeling to that. Or maybe there was like a scare at the beginning or so, but it's like, no. Guys, we're a better team. We're at home. We're in control. It's really great. You have a couple really nice plays and you can score because it's, hey, we're in the NFL. It's the playoffs. But like, no. We're completely in control here. We're going to the Super Bowl. We built this team back in, a couple years ago. We were building this team back in 21. Went to a Super Bowl in 22. Had a hiccup in 23, but like, we're back in the Super Bowl. So like, let's chill. And if that doesn't happen, then yes, it's why did that not happen? We lost in 22. We should have won in 22. Then we said that 23 we were going to be back, and we were not. We fell apart. We did not win. We got rocked by the Buccaneers. Now it's 24. We have the NFC Championship game at home going up against a rookie quarterback in the Washington Commanders, who were an awful team last year. And now they're going to the Super Bowl, and we're not? Why? Why? And the Philadelphia Eagles and the media and the fan base, they demand answers. Why? And they will get it. They will get it. The Dallas Cowboys, when they got rocked by the Packers, they were all like, well, we won 12 games. We won 12 games 3 years in a row. We won 12. Yeah, we won a Super Bowl back in 1992. That's not how the Philadelphia Eagles fan base rolls. That's not how the fan base rolls. And the 76ers aren't doing good, so no one's going to be like, well, we still got the Sixers. Nah. It's going to be all on, we demand answers. You can't tell us that we have a stacked roster and the best team and we're favored to win the Super Bowl, but then we lose in the NFC Championship game. We don't even get to the Super Bowl. So, and again, if this is your first video that you've seen, that you're watching of me, I've defended Jalen Hurts. I've defended Sirianni, defended the Philadelphia Eagles. So this isn't me just being like a Jalen Hurts hater. I'm just speaking the reality of how I see it would unfold. So the way you sidestep all of this nonsense and make this conversation 100% completely irrelevant, like Adrian said, win. That's all you got to do, man. Just win. Make sure it's Rocky 2 and not Rocky 1. We good, baby. We good. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Who do you think this is a must-win for? I encourage you guys to at least try to answer the question. Back yourselves in a corner if you really don't think it's a must-win for anyone. I think it's fun to do that, just for the sake of conversation. So out of all the people, coaching staff, whatever, who do you think it's a must-win for? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.